So chapter 564 of One Piece, this was pretty interesting. I like the fact that Sengoku appears to be one step ahead of Whitebeard, which doesn't bode very well for our heroes. But what I like about this ending is the fact that Sengoku says this might not be the most ideal moment, but Akainu, go ahead and take them out. Take out their footing. It's because they got the ice wall that Aokiji put up. It's the encirclement or whatnot. And the Whitebeard pirates are coming to the conclusion very quickly that they're trying to attack them from a distance. That's why they gathered in the plaza. It's kind of like honey. It's luring in the bear. So I thought that that was pretty cool. Again, more usage of that organized chaos, because by having everything going the way that they did, Sengoku was able to trigger Whitebeard, get a reaction out of him. Whitebeard goes, so he goes from calling shots from a distance to getting out on the battlefield, and that allows them the opportunity to take the king. You know, if you play chess and everything, you know that that's pretty big. So I like the fact that we are seeing that, and you know, Akainu is getting ready to use his devil fruit, and he's getting ready to melt everything. So I'm wondering if this can be one of those instances where, you know, you play King of the Hill, you try and go up the hill, you get knocked down. I'm wondering if it's going to be something like that, only in this case it's going to be more dire consequences. But the other thing I thought was pretty interesting about this is the fact that they are taking advantage of literally having the high ground. And that's huge when it comes to war. Of course, if you're familiar with Star Wars, you know that the high ground is a huge joke in the fandom. So because I'm a Star Wars fan, I can't help it. But I mean, they're about to get turned into Anakin Skywalker out here. So this is going to be key to see how Whitebeard kind of counters this. And speaking of Whitebeard, I'm really impressed by just the level of teamwork that his pirates have, because they're coordinating their attacks. And when they see and you've got this huge giant from the Marines, he's saying that they shall not pass, and Whitebeard's like, look, I ain't got time for this bullshit. You don't get the fuck out of my way. And what I love about that is the fact that we see a glimpse of his power, and I like how in the SBS corner, Oda actually lets us know that Whitebeard, and this is nuts, Whitebeard doesn't have a Logia type fruit, even though that's what you would think given how powerful he is. And it kind of goes back to what I've been saying, you know, you have to have skill and mastery over your devil fruit, and there's different ways to use it. And so I thought that that was pretty cool just to see that. And when that giant comes through, Whitebeard actually tilts not just the island but the ocean itself. And you know what I thought was pretty cool about that is the fact that Luffy's like, hey, this guy's attacking everybody, and what Luffy gets told is like, no, his crew knows how Whitebeard fights, that's why they took cover. And it just shows you what I've been saying, like, yes, Ace is Luffy's brother, but at the same time he's a little out of place in this, and he kind of just jumped into the thick of things and is kind of playing things by ear. And I can understand it. You know, you have to be an agent of chaos, and that's what Luffy is. You know, his goal is to save his brother. These two sides, they both have their issues with each other. Luffy's taking advantage of the chaos so he can try and steal his brother away. So in a way, that is pretty genius what he's doing. And while all this is going on, you got Boa Hancock saying, oh my god, where's Luffy? I have to find Luffy. You know, Boa Hancock, man, like that's a down chick right there, man. And what I thought was also pretty cool about this is you get the reaction from the different warlords, and you have Doflamingo, and this dude, he's just laughing and yucking it up, and he's like, wow, that old man's pretty unstoppable. And this is what I'm starting to get from this character. Maybe I'm overhyped because, you know, I was sold a bill of goods on him, but what I'm starting to get from this character is it's not too much drawn away by what you're seeing out of Whitebeard, and somewhere in the back of his mind, I'm betting he's like, I can't wait to fight this fucker. So I thought that was pretty cool to see that. And then I like how even Mori is like, oh, this is starting to get really, really interesting to watch. And the whole time while this is going on, everyone's like, oh, well, how did this attack get stopped? And it's because the three admirals are working together, and it completely kills my theory. I thought, well, maybe, you know, Whitebeard could fight the three admirals on his own. I don't think that's the case now. Because on one hand, maybe the three admirals put all their power into stopping that attack, but Whitebeard was weakened. And so it just makes you wonder, what if they were being leisurely, and what if Whitebeard is more injured than what he's kind of letting on? They could probably raffle stomp him. And so that's going to be interesting to see. And I kind of feel like this is maybe Oda set. And in particular, I think that this could be setting up Whitebeard versus Akainu. And here's the reason for this, okay? You have Akainu, who is the first, Navy guy in this scenario after Whitebeard enters into the battle, who is beginning to attack, or at least try and melt away the footing of the Whitebeard pirates. And so it makes sense. Whitebeard's already riled up. He's triggered. He's ready to go. So it will make sense for Whitebeard to just go ahead and lash out at the first person who's doing the attacking. And out of all of the admirals that we've seen so far, we've seen Kizaru fight against Luffy, as well as the different Straw Hats. We've seen Kizaru versus Rayleigh. We've seen Luffy take on Aokiji. We've seen Aokiji solo the Straw Hats. So it makes sense that we see Akainu, who has fire, and fire, out of all the devil fruits we've seen, fire appears to be the most impressive. And just from a stigma, symbolism type sense, it makes sense. Whitebeard's hot-blooded right now. Fire, you have these two clash. It would make sense to have an epic battle between these two, again, just from a literary perspective. So I like how we could be seeing this, and if this does happen, it would give us an opportunity to actually see the true power of the admirals, and also it would give us an opportunity to finally see all of the admirals in some type of battle situation and potentially get a pecking order put together. In this case, I would probably put Akainu, and this is just headcanon at this point, but I'd probably put Akainu at 1, Kizaru at 2, and Aokiji at 3, simply for the fact that Akainu is probably going to fight Whitebeard. Kizaru fought Roger's left hand man, right hand man with Rayleigh, and then Aokiji just took out the fodder and Luffy and the Straw Hat. So it just seems that that's the best, and also he's the last one introduced. You say the best for last in a lot of cases. You don't give away your goods all the way up front, and if that's the case, then it'll be Aokiji who's the strongest. If I'm not mistaken, and one of the flashbacks for it was Nico Robin's island that got hit by the Buster Call. If I'm not mistaken, Akainu was in there, so it just makes sense that this is the case. But those are just my thoughts on this matter, guys. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. But as always, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, share. Thank you so much for watching to the end. Have an awesome day, guys.